I'm Bree the Plant Lady.
And I'm Aiden.
And today we are finally taking on this foundation landscape. We've been talking about it since April.
We have.
And we're kind of doing the opposite work schedule of normal people. We're starting at 2:30 in the afternoon. And then we're taking on like one project a day.
Yep.
We're getting it done pretty quickly, and then it rains. And it really is like the greatest scenario that we could ever ask for. And an incredible transition from what it was like a month ago. So today we are going to start by removing the big compacta hollies that are actually remnants of the original landscape from when the house was built in 1994. So it's pretty amazing how resilient they are. They just don't really do anything.
Nope.
I did a big rehab on those back in 2020, and I think we've just decided that having this more open, we'll be able to utilize it a bit better. So we're going to do some pretty major hacking on not just those. We're going to remove a dwarf conifer. I'm going to pull out all of these tiger lilies because I don't want this bed to be a monoculture of self-planted lilies. And then we're going to see what it looks like at that stage. And then we can really start planning for how we want it to be. I'd like for it to be something that we can actually walk through and interact in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put it on time lapse, and I hope that this project will serve as inspiration for all of you. And just to give you an up close view of tons of these lilies, none of which were planted. These have all just happened on their own. They've finished blooming. Pollinators do love them. So I feel good about ripping them all out. I'm going to try and get the bulbs out so that they don't. But you see, like they continuously, oh, I didn't get that one out. I probably need a shovel to get these out. And then the compacta holly, you can see, you know, big old stumps. So we're going to chainsaw what we can, but really probably this is going to be a hand pruner job. And then we're going to use 2,4-D on the stumps to kill the stumps back. That way we're not trying to dig out these massive roots, although we might try. They might be surprising that they aren't as big as we think. When we were looking at this yesterday, I pulled out some stumps that were rotten. I literally pulled this out by hand. And you can see, you know, there's a lot that's like already decomposing on these. So they might actually prove to not be as deeply rooted as I'm envisioning they are, but we'll take that in stride. We have tons of weed seed trees to also remove. And well, it's in general, this is an area that hasn't gotten a lot of maintenance ever, but really has gotten zero maintenance this year. So it's going to be really satisfying. And just so everyone knows, Supervisor Sophia is on the job making sure that we meet OSHA requirements from the comfort of a hammock. You might not want to be a human living in this house, but you definitely want to be a cat living in this house.
Definitely.
Golden Panther. There you have it. We were just saying these garden projects that we've been putting off are kind of like an analogy for life. Once you do it, you get into it, it's not that hard. You just have to get to it. And I think everybody will agree that this is probably the most dramatic transformation of the week. Getting rid of those leylands, or not leylands, getting rid of these compacta hollies. I guess in my mind, compacta holly and leyland are essentially in the same category. They were both 1990s landscape shrubs. Big improvement. You can actually see old landscape fabric that certainly predates me because, you know, I don't believe in landscape fabric. I'm not ambitious enough to pull it out. And we were laughing because we were like, wow, we could get a new really big joggling board to put across here and have some reason to actually interact in the space. For now, we're gonna leave it as it is. I think before open garden, we'll mulch it just to make it look clean and tidy. But I don't want to fill it back up with plants. I really like this area being open. For the first time since I've lived here. I moved in 2010, everybody. We can actually get to the succulent window box, which has needed zero maintenance all summer, even through the drought. So succulents are definitely the way to go when it comes to window boxes. But without that dying dwarf conifer, you can actually really notice the Edgeworthia that's kind of covering up this pond that has papyrus growing in it. It's just a completely different angle of viewing the garden than we've ever really been able to show before. And of course, getting rid of all those Asiatic lilies, those tiger lilies, is a huge improvement, though I know I didn't get all the bulbs, so I'm sure more will come up next year. But I'm gonna be diligent and keep up and not allow this space to get overrun like it was. One other side note, I'm leaving this Eucomis sparkling burgundy, but you can see how green it is, in part because of shade, but also as it flowers and ages out, it turns green. I've cut this clump down, and what's happened in the past is that it reflushes dark burgundy. So I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison so you can see how this works out over the course of the rest of the summer into fall. Just tune in to the weekly garden tours, because that's definitely where I'll be showcasing this cutback experiment. Well, everybody, I hope this video will provide you some inspiration. Even a project in your garden that might feel really enormous, sometimes when you get into it, it ends up being a little easier than you anticipated. Well, it's really hot. Poor Aiden had to go mow some lawns, and I'm out back enjoying the feed tank. Hope that you all will stay cool and hydrated. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Happy gardening.